Hello world, here's Biti, your Bitcoin trading informant. Guys, what happened yesterday? A big dump to the downside. The big question is now, is this the place to buy? If you are watching this, we lost here the big support line to the downside and we went down. I told you yesterday, if we will lose this support line, it's maybe a good opportunity to make a short position. I also showed you this RSI on the downside. This is the 4-hour time frame, and I showed you guys, if we will lose this support line, it's maybe not the baddest thing to make a short position. I never short Bitcoin, you know it guys, but for you as a trader, it is a nice sign maybe for making a short position. What's going on now with Bitcoin? We will check this now. So here we are today, no coin market cap, no special things today, only hardcore TA, and we will check what's going on in the 4-hour time frame. Here the MACD is bearish, blue line under the brown line, and you can see here on the downside the RSI. We lost here this green support line to the downside. We are now oversold if you're watching the 4-hour time frame, and this was not the baddest thing to make here a short position, guys. I will show you the next thing, but now the big thing, guys, what's the big problem is for the moment, is this now the double bottom? Is this now the moment to buy in again? This is a really big question, and we will check it now what's going on. A lot of Bitcoin professors and Bitcoin influencers told us they will buy back again in 40,000, in 42,000. I told you this yesterday. And now for the moment we are on 43,000, and the big question is, will we go lower, yes or no? On the 1-hour time frame, you can see on the downside we are still oversold. You can see it here on the downside. The MACD is about to cross. Look at this. It's about to cross, and this would be maybe a little buy opportunity if we'll see here a crossing MACD. If we will see the blue line over the brown line, it is maybe a little bottom incoming here, and this is maybe a point that we can go make a little long position. We have to watch the MACD on the downside. If we can see a cross here, the blue line must cross the brown line. That's the first thing on the downside. After this, guys, if this will happen, we have the next thing to watch. Let's remove the RSI, let's remove the MACD, and let's check this chart picture here. Let's zoom out a little bit more. And let me show you. Ribbon band on the upside, yes. EMA, yes. Here, this green support line is now a resistance. Okay, yes, it's not so important. It's really high for the moment. But let me check the next thing. We saw here the lowest point, 41,970. It was the lowest point. So it's important. It's really important, in my opinion, to make a higher low and not a lower low. For the moment, we have a higher low. For the moment, we are over this point, and that's really important. We need closing candles, we need spikes over 49,900 and not under this. For the moment it's working, okay. So let's move on, let's check the next thing. Let's zoom up a little bit more and let me show you. Yes, that's the 1-hour time frame. Every candle here is 1 hour. You can see the ribbon band now over our head. This is a resistance. You can see the EMA 200 on the upside. That's also a resistance here on this point. So if we can move on here to the upside, we have a lot of resistance over our heads on the 1-hour time frame and on the 4-hour also. And if we're zooming out a little bit, you can see our big problem. This is the red line here. This is the biggest resistance. If we can move on to the upside, for the moment it's not looking so good. And one thing what we can make, this is the parallel channel to the downside. And this is, yes, for sure, it's a downgoing parallel channel. It's a red one. And you can see now, guys, the blue line. Watch the blue line. The blue line is the middle line of this channel. And if we are watching this here, you can see a lot of reactions from Bitcoin here on the blue line, here and here and here and here on the middle line. So remember, the blue line is a big support point. And for the moment, if you're going down more and more, the blue line 39,000 is also possible. So yes, if we will lose our big support, if we will lose 42,000, if we will lose 40,000, we have the next thing. This is the blue line to the downside. So guys, if you're going down really fast, watch these things. And now let me show you the next thing. Maybe this is now a really big point. Maybe we are building now this really nice pattern. I showed you this yesterday. I showed you this on my live stream. I showed you this in some days. And now maybe we're playing out this pattern. It's a W pattern. And if this will play out, we will see maybe a price about 70,000 again. Maybe we will see a new all-time high again. But first of all, we need to break out over our resistances, guys. That's the really big point. If you're watching my videos, you saw maybe the January forecast. Please watch it. There you can see a M pattern. This is really bad. And watch this. It's really important. I will give you the description in the link in the description, guys. So I told you, we have to watch 42,000 on the downside. We have to watch 40,300, 40,000, let me tell it, 40,000 big support to the downside. If we will lose these things to the downside, watch the blue line. And if we will go lower here, the W pattern may not play out. We need to watch it also, guys. So for the moment, we saw a lowest point about 42,500. And yes, it is a higher low as 42,000. That's the good point here. So last but not least, before we end this video today, a really short video, not a big one, I will show you another really interesting stuff. Let me check. And let me remove all things here, and so I can show it better to you here. Here's the brush. What if, guys? What if this is a shoulder head shoulder on the 1 hour time frame? And yes, we broke it to the downside. We broke it through this really big support line. And yes, what if we will see this technical target for breaking down a shoulder head shoulder, and this is to the downside? Let me show you the price about 39,000 US dollar. That's the technical target for breaking down this shoulder head shoulder. So if you are making a long position, keep these things in your mind, guys. Keep in your mind that we may go lower as 40,000. It's possible. 39,000 is the technical target for this shoulder head shoulder. And if we are watching this point, this is really bad, because this is the APC correction wave. And if we're going down like this one, the Elliott wave APC correction, we have a really bad target to the downside, maybe 30,000 again. So guys, beware. It's a really hard time for Bitcoin for the moment. It's really hard for trading for the moment. And we may go down lower. Attention, guys. It's really possible. One thing I will make for the end of the video, this is the Fibonacci retracement. If we will lose the 42,000 on the downside, yes, a really big problem. But if we can go up, you have here the Fibonacci lines. If we may go up to the next point, we have the biggest thing to watch, 48,400, 48,500. This is the next Fibonacci, the 0.236 Fibonacci line on the upside. And if we will lose this point here, be prepared to go to the downside more and more, guys. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice time. Greetings, and please visit my live stream. I'm streaming live 24 hours, 7 days a week on YouTube and on Twitch. Bye bye. Yours Biti, your Bitcoin trading informant. Bye, guys.
System activated.